I'm Scott L. Miller. This is my daily vlog for the 16th of February, 2022. Welcome to the show from Leon, Nicaragua. I am in the Barrio Laborio, and there's actually an amphitheater. I'm going to turn around and show this to you because this is really cool. This is a public park near my house, and we have like a traditional amphitheater here. This is pretty cool. I like it. It's a nice little park down here. We're right by the river, and I have talked in other episodes about how much I like the river coming through town. This is a park by the river, which is exactly what I think they should be doing, is building luxury housing and parks directly against the river, which gives them an opportunity to make it a controlled space where they can keep it clean and nice for everybody. I wanted to mention, I did an experiment for a little while where I was testing out doing 24p for the vlog. And I just decided that no matter how much everyone else does it, I can't stand watching content made in 24p, and it makes me feel bad. It's jittery, it's stuttery, and the cinematic look that people want is just looking poor. A lot of people have talked about, if you watch like shows about movie making, they say, you know, high def quality video is actually the enemy of movies, because people rely on cinema to just look bad. It hides things. It makes it easier to feel connected because it's more dreamy, because it just doesn't look accurate and it just doesn't reflect the real world, and it's fuzzy. People are starting to say maybe we should be filming in lower resolutions with lower quality cameras. This new 4K and 6K and 8K with really high quality cameras is actually making it really hard to make movies look realistic, or what we feel looks realistic, because they're so crystal clear that you can tell everything that's going on and you feel like you're just standing in the room with people. It loses a sense of the magic. Well, this is a vlog, and when I do vlogging and travel shows, I don't want it to look intentionally poor. I want it to look smooth and comfortable and easy to watch for a long period of time. Not that my episodes are that long, but I don't want to make it stuttery. I hate that. And I constantly watch things go, it's stuttery, what? 24p every time. So we're going back to 30p. I'm not going to experiment with 24p anymore. It's just stupid. People say, no, it looks more cinematic. Oh, people don't notice. They can't see that. You see the stutter. It's so easy. People may not realize why it's a stutter. They may just think you're not filming very well, or you have a cheap camera. That's not it. It's people don't know how to set it to the proper settings. 30p is the minimum you can do and get something smooth out of normal people's vision. It just is. And a lot of TVs can't adjust for 24p. They're going to show it in some adjusted frame rate because they're running 30 or 60p. Well, guess what? When you put 24p on there, it doesn't just fit evenly. It has to show and then hold, and then people notice. Not gonna do it. All right. Today at the hotel, we had a new water system put in. It's not completed today. They're gonna be working on it tomorrow as well. But we have a good sized tank, I think bigger than either of our first two. It's in the laundry area with a really big pump. We've never had a pump before. Now we've got a giant pump that can really move the water through the hotel, so we're gonna have serious pressure all of the time. At the hotel, we don't generally have problems with running out of water. We have problems with the water system just not making sense and not being able to figure out what's going on with it. So we have times where the tanks will empty and we have to fill them manually. That's a problem. So we run out of water, not because there isn't water, just because our system doesn't handle it very well. So that's, I hope, being fixed today, and this big pump means we're gonna not just have water, but we're gonna have water with pressure, because we've been relying on city pressure or a little bit of gravity, depending on which spot in the hotel you're using. Now, in theory, the entire hotel is going to be pressurized, and you can take nice, comfortable showers. They'll still be cold, but at least there'll be pressure. So I'm in Las Penitas today, not for the filming, because I'm actually filming this tomorrow. But last night, because I recorded before I was done for the night, the girls played Hat in Time. There's a new DLC for it that just came out. They've been looking forward to that, so we spent the $3, got that, and they played that for a while. They've been really looking forward to that. That's a big thing for them. This morning, I walked the dogs, worked, did all that stuff, and then I've been working on trying to find a couple properties for a couple different projects, and I wanted to go down and see Tigre, which is the Cave of the Tiger, and its sister hotel are located in the mid-beach, and I've never gotten to go in. Paul got to see them like a year ago, and I've not seen them ever. I just walked by and that's like it. So I went down and got a tour of them. We spent several hours there in the late morning touring those facilities. Beautiful, by the way. They've been closed for, I want to say 3 years, possibly more. They closed in early 2018, mid 2018, and it's now early 2022. So we're pushing almost 4 years that they've been closed. That's rough for everyone. Anyone who decided to close in doesn't hold out is now looking at 4 years, pretty much, and that's pretty hard for any business to survive, going that long just being closed. So everybody's looking to sell, everybody's trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Either they found a buyer already, or they're needing to get out, or they need to get back open again, one way or another. So that's a big thing. While I was there, just as I was heading back from there, Steve, who joined us from the hostel, he's staying at Poco a Poco in Leon, here in Leon, and he joined us on Monday for trivia at Via Via, and we told him, oh yeah, we have a hotel, you should stop by. Well, today he came by. It's Wednesday, so that was just, he didn't come by yesterday, it's only been one day, and he stopped by and hung out for several hours. We just hung out on the beach and had sodas and chatted while we were sitting out there. So we had a nice afternoon. It was very slow at the hotel today, which is good because we're doing all this construction for the water system. We had to tear the entire laundry area out and put it all back to put in the system. So it's a pretty major bit of construction going on. I did, after that, went back and worked a little bit, and then got the girls. The girls, of course, were watching the dogs all day because I was doing all this. Then I went out to the beach and hung out because I wanted to film the sunset. I don't get that many chances to film the sunset, which is crazy, but I just don't. So today, I made an effort to do so with the GoPro, and I think I got to go to one. I've not had a chance to review it yet. I ended up hanging out with Frank, who's a Romanian visiting from Quebec. But he's been currently working in San Juan del Sur. This is very convoluted, but he's a elementary math teacher in Quebec, and he's loving Nicaragua. And we hung out on the beach for a while I was filming. I got dinner down there. After he left, Mike showed up, and so Mike and I hung out until it was dark and the filming was done and done with dinner and all that. And so that was the majority of our evening. I actually have notes today because some days I just can't remember what's going on, and it was a busy day, so I really want to make sure I get things. The girls pretty much played video games all day, not a hat in time. They mostly played that last night and got through the majority of what they wanted to do. They did a little bit more today. They're trying to get through a lot of achievements, but mostly they just played a bunch of different games throughout the day. But the two of them really hung out and had a lot of fun. Some days they just have those days where that's what they want to do. Tonight, when I was doing my work after all of that, I was hanging out with Liesl, and I just stumbled on Red Dwarf on BritBox, and I said, I bet Liesl would enjoy this now. And for those who don't know, Red Dwarf is a sci-fi made in England in 1988. It is still running, so it's kind of like Doctor Who, that it's been going on for decades. They've done 13 seasons, and they'll go like 5-10 years in between seasons, so it's not like they've made a ton of episodes, but they started it long ago. I watched it a lot when I was in high school, when it was still new. I was watching it when the first seasons were still new to the US, and the British new seasons were still just barely still being made of the early stuff. But it was a huge thing for me and my friends in high school. We knew every episode, watched it all the time, and Dominica and I, when we were first together, we used to watch it all the time, so Dominica knows every episode, every line. We've seen them so many times, and I've never seen them with the kids, and really, Liesl's just now old enough to really get the humor and everything. So we sat down and watched it, and she loved it, so we binged the entire first season and well into the second season, all in one sitting, and she just had a great time. She really likes it, so very happy about that. It's very cool that we're bonding over the same shows that I watched when I was about her age. I was probably 14 or 15 when I watched it, and she's 13 now. So we did that until late. Tomorrow, I have to run to Leon so Paul and Dominica are going to Managua for the big shopping trip tomorrow. I am going to Leon because the billiard work, the new billiards table, is supposed to be assembled and finished and all that today at the house, and they never showed up. So they're coming tomorrow. We don't know when. I need to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning to deal with that, just in case they show up early, not that we're expecting them to. So that's gonna make a long day. At about midnight, Luciana came by and said, well, maybe she wants to go, because originally I thought the kids would just stay with the dogs at the house. So I was like, I could be gone all day, and who knows when I'm gonna make it back. Paul and Dominica don't normally get back from the Managua shopping until almost midnight, because they shop until all the stores close, then they get dinner, then they do the multi-hour drive home. It makes for a very long day. So I would either have to leave the kids alone until because normally they would pick me up as they came through Leon to go back to the beach. I'm like, that's a really long day, or else I got to go back really early. There's no good answer. But then Luciana's like, I kind of feel like going back to the beach, which is surprising because she's been very adamant about we're going back and forth too much. She wants to stay in one place for a while, but she misses her cat. She likes the space, and she's getting comfortable at the house. So I'm like, okay, prep your sister. Let's take the dogs, and we'll just all go at 8 o'clock in the morning. She's like, yep. So she got up at 5 o'clock to get ready to go. I have no idea why she does that. That was our day. That was a lot. It was a busy Wednesday. Tomorrow we're gonna hang out in Leon, hopefully get the billiard table taken care of. I'll have the kids and the dogs. Paul and Domenica will be in Managua with Leo, doing the big shopping, getting lots of stuff for the house, lots of stuff for the hotel, looking at furniture for the new part of the hotel. We need a lot of stuff furnished there very quickly. That is a big deal. Hopefully getting air conditioning for the new space that we have in Leon. It's hard to keep track of all the stuff going on now that we have 2 things in Leon, 3 things in Las Penitas, and looking at several more, and talking about even more than that, and already apparently have a 3rd space in Leon. No details yet. It's coming. We are busy, busy people. Whew. See you all tomorrow. Remember, like, subscribe, watch some more episodes, tell some of your friends about this show.